of rock and roll.
Well, hello and welcome to the Daily Atheist Morning Show. I am your host, the amazing Super Chris Mallard. Thank you for joining us today. It's Wednesday, the day of the day of humps, hump day. I hope you get to hump if you're into humping, consensual humping, of course. Good day, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful week so far. We've got some interesting things to talk about today. We're going to catch up with Ryan to find out how things went with Hubs and all that business, and see how she's doing and they're doing. And of course, we've also got Trump to talk about and some of the things. There's more news that came out. Like yesterday, even more stuff came out, which kind of really, when you read what it says, kind of explains why it's been so hard to get the whole Epstein files out, because it's not just Trump and it's not just liberals. It's a lot of really, really big people who were playing around with this guy a lot. So we'll talk about some of those things. Thank you, Randall Flagg. Thank you. We'll talk about those things here in just a minute. In honorarium of our presidentium, or the lack of, we'll do this thing. Boom. Today's world is confusing, and there's too much information for one person to make sense of it all. Which credit card should I pay off first? Is non-fat milk good for me? Who should I vote for? Let's face it, if you can't figure out high-interest milk, then how can you be expected to make political decisions that influence a country of over 325 million people? Well, that's why there's fascism. Fascism is the political, social, and economic system for today's world. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines fascism as a political philosophy, movement, or regime that exalts a nation, and often race, above the individual, and that stands for a centralized autocratic government headed by a dictatorial leader, severe economic and social regimentation, and forcible suppression of the opposition. Choose this ideology and life will be easy. Did you ever look at someone who uses really big words and think, I wish those libs would just disappear? Well, under fascism, your dreams can come true. Under fascism, you won't have to worry about the pesky little things like brown people or atheists, or who in your country is entitled to basic human rights and who is not. Hint, hint, the answer is nobody. Yes, friends, this truly is the final solution you've been looking for. And if you're concerned if this form of authoritarianism will be up to your high standards, don't worry. American fascism will be the best fascism in the world because it's been endorsed by Jesus. So go out and destroy freedom and democracy by getting fascism today. Paid for by the Fascio Conservative Party, formerly known as the GOP. We are back. Thank you all for joining me this morning. I want to point out, Sapient Cephalopod says, expensive milk, get your own damn cows, you lazy city slicker libtards. Well, have you heard about all the people in, is it Florida, who've been hospitalized for drinking raw milk? Interesting. Good morning, Ryan. How are you doing?
Do I have a milk mustache?
Not yet. Is that what that is? Good morning.
Mustache.
Milk mustache. Good morning, Ryan. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right, thank you. How about yourself? Good to be back.
I'm good. It's glad to have you back. We missed you yesterday. You were sorely missed.
Oh,
I was not able to pull off the Theocracy Watch. I just couldn't out Ryan.
You did great.
See, I didn't panic. Well, I did panic. I wasn't scared, but okay, I was scared.
You didn't pee your pants or anything like that?
No, I did that too. Yeah, I did that too.
Shit. Well,
you know how it is. Good morning, everyone. Ryan is there in the chat. Adrian Belgrave, good morning. Sapient Cephalopod. I live in Florida. 2 times in the last 2 weeks, I've gotten rotten milk in normal pasteurized cartons. That's not a good sign.
ew.
Chris Wilson, good morning. Thank you for joining us. I think I saw Jesus Unfollower hiding out in the chat. Good morning, Jesus Unfollower. Nice to have you. Dade Murphy's even in here. Good morning, Dade Murphy. Nice to have you with us. I hope you're having a great week so far, all of you. Let me see. My titties rock and roll. I like that, John. That's good. That's good.
Why is my milk so thick?
My milk's. Did you order milk? Did you order your milk chunky?
Oh, chunky lemon milk.
Right. I'll tell you, one of the worst experiences of that situation I ever had was I was probably like 11 or 12 in Oklahoma.
Oh, no.
And I went to get breakfast one morning, and it was kind of dark in the kitchen. I poured the cereal, I poured the milk, and it wasn't, until I tasted it. Ooh,
Oh,
yuck,
no.
it was rough.
Oh,
Yeah. Ooh, so
oh,
bad. Chunky
oh.
leche, Randall flagged. That's
Oh, so
right.
gross.
That's right.
I've done that where, when it's just about spoiled and you
Oh.
put it into your coffee. You might have yours black, but you put it to your and it starts to curdle. That's when you know it's bad, and you see it doesn't mix. It just kind of stays like clumpy in the milk.
Yeah. It's not good. I'm a big cereal eater. I love me some cereal.
Me
I have
too.
actually switched to almond milk.
I like
Yeah,
I drink oat milk, but I like almond milk as well. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, for my cereal, I don't miss it at all. I don't miss regular milk at all. Not a tiny bit.
Me neither.
This conversation is making my stomach turn. My imagination is too good. Good morning, Miss Non-Sequitur. We will move on. Yes, I don't really want to talk about that sort of thing. John? Yes. Giles says he drinks homo milk straight from the bag. Oh, man.
That could go so many different ways.
It could go so many different ways. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I want to talk to you guys about something that I learned about yesterday. I had heard about it before. I got to be honest. I had heard about it before, but I was just kind of at a point before where I just didn't have time to address it. And let me see if I can find it. I was watching Seth Andrews, and he did an interview with a lady. Let me find this real quick. Give me a second, my friends. Talk amongst yourself. That's right. Right-handed, see that perfect time. Yes.
Sure, Joe.
Let's see.
Sure. That's what you meant. Homogenized.
There we go. I'm going to promote El Setho Andrewso and his video over here. So let me do here. What the deal is it's I'm not going to play their video, but I'm going to talk about it. It's the Creator Accountability Network. Have you guys heard about that?
Actually, I have heard about that, but was it from you? I heard that, or
maybe.
Yeah, I've just heard this recently. Maybe it was from you. Tell me about it, because I'm.
Well, no, it wasn't for me if it was recently, because I vaguely.
Brentley. I think I heard about it from Brentley.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I heard it. That's where I heard it too, but it was a long time ago when I heard months ago, I should say.
Yeah.
My world is a long time. So I'd heard about the Creator Accountability Network, and so I'm going to try to become a part of that. I think it's a great idea. We, as far as like how we act here on the show, I don't think that's really a problem. We don't have bad language. I don't think language is really a problem. There's no bad acting, no, you know what I mean, sexual problems or none of that business. We joke around like people do, but there's none of those problems that would keep me from joining that group. The only thing I've thought about was, I don't really know what would keep me from joining.
Do they have like a website with what their expectations are?
They had a video, and that's what I want to kind of talk about was that I'll post this link here. It's a video you can go find with Seth Andrews. He did an interview where they just dropped it yesterday, and it's a really good idea. Here's their link right there, and I'll drop a link to his video so y'all can, after the show, go watch Seth's show. But essentially, it's basically about, being good folk, trying to learn things. This is a changing world, and sometimes some of us don't really know how to navigate it as carefully as we need to. And, one of the things Seth talks about is that there have been instances of impropriety where influencers, such as ourselves, meet people at cons or nanocons or some kind of thing, and then try to engage in sexual activity with members of the audience. Not like right there, you know what I mean? Yeah. Hey, I'm signing your autograph here in the hallway. Hey, you want to come back to my room, kind of thing. And this essentially is like, teaches people kind of like where the lines are, and how, you never know. Maybe that lady said something first and it's all consensual and everybody's grown ups and it's all fine, but you got to be careful. and especially as an influencer and a person of, and it's just, I think it's something wonderful, and I'm going to go be a part of it. It's not about, what I was worried about is it's not about witch hunts.
Right.
You know, it's really just about you trying to, you know, it's a cool thing. So I wanted to find out if anybody else had heard about it. Part of the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I filled out a form for the Daily Atheist Morning Show, and they're like, who else is on your show? And I'm like, well, Ryan Cultastic. So they may actually contact you, or I may have to give them your email address or something, so they can, before they'll vet this show,
Right.
they may have to vet you just to see if you're not a bad person. I didn't want to do that.
I would hope that whoever they're putting on here, or whatever it is, that they're people that they've vetted.
Yeah.
If it is some kind of network, or I don't know, whatever. I really would like to learn more, though.
Yeah, absolutely. And it does actually take some time to get credentialed. Like, you got to apply and go through stuff and jump through hoops and all that business. Training. They give you training.
Great.
So it's a pretty cool thing. And it's, you know, good for our community, I think.
I love that. We'll
see how it goes. I thought I'd mention it to you again because, you know, you're I've been dropping your name. Let's see, really says, you always spoiling my breakfast, needs to be dealt with. If it's not curdled milk, it's foreskins and blood or guts or something else. We understand. Really, we'll try to be better going forward. But you know, Noah Lugens has a tag about it. It's very, I'm not sure. Okay, about the Creator Accountability Network. That's good.
Oh,
I think Secular Rarity, I think they're part of it too. I'll have to check it out and find out who else is a part of it. The sex part was repeated by said law podcaster at an atheist convention, says Chet Klug Jr. You know, I don't really know. Dadpool Ricky has an interview with him. Cool. I don't really know about who the person was that he was alluding to, because I stepped out of the atheist community for a while. And so I've heard there's a couple of scandals, but I don't really know. You know, there's a scandal with Richard Dawkins because he's ignorant about trans people or wants to be a jerk about it. And then then there's also the Derek Lambert, who, you know, has a best friend who apparently has lots of very poor thinking when it comes to racism and races and stuff like that, you know. So I don't know how these things apply.
But I'm interested in seeing if, like, what does that mean? If somebody let's just say if somebody made a report about Derek, then does that matter? Or is something done? Or if, because they're not a part of the network, it really doesn't matter, there's nothing they can do? Or does somebody reach out to them and say, hey,
There's a couple of things. That's a great question. And they answered that question on the thing. If it's a member of the community, if it's a credentialed individual, they'll reach out and mitigate with them and try to, you know, find out what's going on. Sometimes whenever somebody is upset, they come in hot rather than, you know, that kind of thing. So, you know, they encourage you to go through them if you have a problem with a specific creator that's part of their credentialed thing. Now, but there's more to it than just being an intermediary between two people. There's also things about, hey, if you've had emotional problems, if you've got hurt, or, you know, something's protecting you, if there's problems, even if it's a non-credentialed creator, if you go to them, they will help you. They'll give you counseling. They'll give you as much guidance as they can, that sort of thing. Just because it's not a credentialed creator does not mean they're going to turn you away. They'll try to provide whatever help they can. So it looked like a pretty good thing. You know, I've had occasions where it was Miss Non Sequitur mitigated between me and Sapper. That did not go well.
Sapper? I don't know if
Sapper. It was a long time ago. Yes. Yeah, it was a long time ago. Yeah. But yeah, that's, you know,
great
so
to have if there's mediaries who would be willing, like when issues like that come up, I think that would be fabulous to have resources.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like it. They've got a big legal team. It's quite an organization.
Wow.
So I was surprised by how big it is. Now, here's one of the things we have to consider, and don't forget, is that this is not Atheist Creator Accountability Network. It's not the Creator Accountability Network of Secular Community. It's none of that business. They cater to all creators. So you might run into a Christian creator from a YouTube channel over there that, you know what I mean? So they run into, they take care of everybody.
So it's a bipartisan.
Yes.
Or tripartisan. Or quad-partisan. Yeah, polypartisan.
Yes. It's a partisan.
I like it.
It gets around. I know, right? I mean, true enough. Yeah, he was still complaining about me on Facebook as recently as a month ago. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. I don't even want to, go into it. It's just there's instances where I could have seen, if I was a member of this, somebody bringing a complaint against me. I could see it, But, I don't know. We'll find out how it goes. Let him. But that's kind of the thing they talk about on the show, though. It's not about punishment. It's about if somebody's done something wrong, just fixing it. They're real big about, oh man, I screwed up. I'm sorry. I'll be better. I'll be a better person. I've done this thing wrong on my channel. I will try to create it and be a safer environment for other people. That sort of thing, rather than, you being punished or you being ostracized from the community or you having your stuff taken away from you, that kind of thing.
Right. I was just reading through the FAQ, like the community FAQ, and so far so good. Has information on, if you file a report, is your information kept confidential? What happens when you file? Like all those questions seem to be answered there. So if anybody is not sure about something, go check out the FAQ.
Right. Simply Secular Dave asks, does it include OnlyFans creators? I don't know for sure, but I would suspect yes. It doesn't seem to be very limiting in the creator part.
Cool.
Just accountability.
I like that.
Just, yeah. And I think they even do other things, not just creators. There's something else they do, but of course, me, whenever it wasn't focused on me, so I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, I found it really interesting. And then if you go watch the video after the show, go watch Seth in his sexy, sultry Seth voice. Interview her and they'll answer a lot of those questions. It's really good stuff. And it, by the time they were done, I was out actually working in the yard listening to them. And as soon as I was done, I came right in here and I went and applied. They sent me an email immediately and asked some information and I responded, and now we wait. It is not a quick thing. They'll check out the channel and do the thing. I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll see.
Yeah.
What about OnlyFans?
Provision.
What's that? Yes.
It says there's a 3 months provision where they, check you out. See what you're up to.
Miss Non Sequitur says she has not had an Ollie fix in a while. Well, you're in luck. Our computer engineer is in the room. He's over there diligently considering his next moves. I think, let me just grab him real quick. Let me give you guys some Ollie.
Snatch him up.
Here.
Show Ollie who's the boss.
We're getting a bath today. Papa's giving him a bath today. Oh my goodness, because he's a filthy puppy dog. There's Ollie, and if you're really nice, if you pay extra, he will yawn for you. So just throw coin wherever you can, and once we read a certain amount, he will yawn for you, and everything will be okay.
On command.
Hey, don't give it away for free.
Too soon, bro. Too soon.
Give it away for free. Oh, he gave it away. Anyway, Good morning, Ollie. Yeah, I'm going to give him a bath. He's been having problems with his ears, so we had to pack his ears with some stuff, so we couldn't really get in there to clean, but we're going to, that's all done now, so. Yes. He is a good dog. He's my favorite. Well, he's not my favorite. They're all my favorites. I'd have a hard time. I'd have to. It's easy choice between dogs or people. I love my dogs. People not so much.
I prefer Pickles. Sorry, guys. I like you and everything, but
yes. See, that's exactly it. Pickles is, Bishop's ears are sensitive. Oh, Bishons. Well, he's a little dog. He's always been that way. Of course, for those of you who don't know, Ollie was let's just say a homeless dog. And when we got him, he just needed some love. He's probably, I think, maybe about a little over a year a little teacup bison. That'd be fantastic. Simply Secular Dave. Yeah, but he's had some ear problems, and he's always just been so rough. He's hard to like. You just even try to look in his ears, and it's a fight. He doesn't bite, but you sure think he's going to. Are you gonna call in with Patty and Nancy? Is Patty and Nancy have a call in?
They're going to be on Skeptic Haven. I believe it's this Sunday.
Oh,
for the
gotcha. That
show.
Sounds like fun. You know, I've thought about doing something. I wanted to run past you and possibly even our audience. I have thought about doing, because, you know, I've been lazy. Remember, we threatened to do like a longer show with the other hosts and switch out and blah, 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 blah. That takes a shit ton of effort.
Indeed.
It does. It does. So what I've thought about doing was doing the second half of the show as a call-in the morning. Cool. Would you be willing to talk to people on the phone, maybe?
Sure.
Is that would y'all? Well, maybe not the phone. We'll start with Discord to see if.
Yeah. However, whatever. Yeah, I think that would be cool.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Maybe I'll ask in the chat and see what the chat thinks. Because you know that's kind of one of the things that we do enjoy talking to the chat. John Hudson says, I don't care for the call-in shows. You know, a lot of folks don't. And well, part of the thing about the call-in shows that a lot of people don't care for, and I'm not judging, I'm just pointing out, is the conflictive nature, the combative nature of most of the call-in shows. And, you know, I'd like to say that we wouldn't have that because we're a funny morning show and we'd be all, but that's not true. We'd have trolls.
To some extent, you're at the behest of who's calling. I mean, not that they run the show, but
true.
They're part of the topic.
It seems like some people are yes, some people are no. We'd have to have the vote on it to see. It may be something we do as an extended part of the show, maybe once a week or something.
And then we don't care about their vote.
Yes. And the horse you rode in on.
You can just leave.
No, don't leave. My cup is kind of...
Okay, no, don't leave.
That's awesome. That's purple, not green. You know, football season, preseason starts this week for those of you who are into the sports ball thing. What's that?
That's already starting, Jiminy Chris.
Yeah, I know. Just preseason. Yeah. And the call-in shows are very limited to a certain number of callers who are the same and rarely honest and very rarely. You know, Simply Secular Dave, I kind of felt like I can see that. I've noticed that whenever last time I was on a call-in show, the person besides the last time I was on a call-in show, the caller who called in was a repeat caller who'd been calling in for years. Yeah. It was a good story how he was finally deconverting and deconstructing and all that business. That was great. But it was just, you know, to your words, it was not new, you know. I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna continue putting it in the contemplative area for now. Echo chambers. Well, there can be echo chambers. Really, if I'm going to do a call-in show, though, I'd really rather do the Heathen Hotline, where heathens talk about heathen stuff, and it could be anything from how to cope, you know, if after leaving your religion or some other heathen business, and if we don't happen to have or stories, funny stories about interactions between, or horrific stories about interactions between you and the theist. There's a lot of those, but if we don't happen to have a theist or an atheist on the line to tell a story with, and there's a theist in the, you know, we might go ahead and talk to them, kind of thing. And you know, really the person I've thought about reaching out to on that would be Elliot from Secular Rising, just because he's got such a unifying personality more than a combative personality. And I'm a combative personality. I won't tell people to fuck off.
I like to think that I'm not, but quite frankly, I'm a fucking terror.
Right. Yeah.
I ain't right. I'm still traumatized, so.
Yeah, there you go. Adrian Belgrave says Niners football. Yeah, that's, you know, all right, cool. Niners, they're not bad. I'm a Vikings fan. It's my sports ball team. I hope that someday before I die, they win the NFC championship. I'm not even asking for the Super Bowl anymore. Just get them to the Super Bowl and I'll be okay. They've been 4 times.
Oh God, the freaking Phillies are notorious. Phillies, excuse me. Eagles are notorious for getting there, but then not winning.
Yes, yes. But how many of you? How many rings do? How many wins have they got? The Eagles. How many Super Bowls have they won?
A few, but definitely not as many as they've been there. I don't believe.
2. It looks
Just
like
2.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Probably not as often as they've been, though. You're right. I can give you that for sure. Yeah.
And the fans are like the fans in Philly. They're just not. You don't want to mess with them.
Right. They're fans. I've seen that the city will go around greasing light poles to keep people from climbing them.
Like they will find anything that they can climb to get up there, and just like for the most part it's fun. Like not too much bad stuff happens, but it does happen. But they are fanatics, so it lends to the mascot, the Philly Fanatics, and
it really does. Well, let's see here. Adrian Belgrave says, Chris, better hope JJ McCarthy could produce for y'all like Sam Darnold did last year. You know, I have to say, Sam Darnold did us a good job. He has been moved to Seattle, which is the evil ones team, and I'm happy for her. She's had a struggling quarterback for quite a while, and her and her team really need, because I have in a way, a second favorite team. I'm not limited to just one team to go to the Super Bowl. If my Vikings don't get to the Super Bowl, there's also the possibility that her Seahawks will get to the Super Bowl. And so, you know, I root for them as well. She roots for my Vikings and that sort of thing. So I'm rooting for them. I think they got a really good quarterback with Sam Darnold, I'm sorry. And I'm really confident in JJ McCarthy. I think it's going to be a good year. And people are like, who gives a shit about sports? Brand was the man, right? Gio Sam, that's right. I guess I was wrong. I don't see any complaints about the sports. I like it though. Secular feelings. Yay, sports ball. Put the thing in the thing, win the sports, and give all the credit to God. Have you seen that meme? Have you seen that meme? It's like, how do you feel about your loss? He's like, I'm blaming God. Fuck God. It's God's fault. Like, what are you saying that for? Well, if I keep blaming for the win, why should I blame him for the loss?
Exactly. Please explain that to me. Explain that to me rationally. Why he only gets the benefit of the doubt, but when it comes to like losing, it couldn't have been him.
Right. Well, you know, one of the things have you maybe, or anybody, maybe when you were in high school or college or any of that business, any of you watching, have you gone, all right, it's getting ready, we're going to go play this team, and this team is like the junior collegiate Christian school or some business, and just because they were a Christian school, did you worry and think you were going to lose because they had Jesus on their side? Did that ever bother you? Anybody? I kind of wonder like that. I never thought about it before. Now I'm sitting there going, do kids like ride the school bus going to and they don't want to give their best because they're going to beat the Jesus team?
Well, do the Eagles, do any of them ever feel that way? Like, I wonder if God's more on the Seahawks side. Maybe God's with the Rams.
There is that. The only reason why I was bringing up college or high school or college is because they have specifically religious schools and teams. That's why I was using
private school and yada.
So whenever we do Seahawks versus the Jets or the Eagles, it's really, kind of a balance of believers versus non-believers, you would think. But whenever you're going up your high school team, which is like Joe Blow High School, Obama High, right? Versus Christian nationalist white people are the best high school. That's the name of it. Whenever you're going up against them, they've got a lot of prayer going on for that team. And we're all, talking to Satan or whatever we do on this side. And, why don't they always win is a good question. Why don't the Christian teams in like high school collegiate sports always win? Surely they got more prayers going for them.
It's almost like they know it's all fake, but they can't say that it's all fake. The emperor's new clothes type deal.
Maybe. Somebody just isn't asking the hard questions. I don't know. If your coach, who is the leader of your team, is an important decision and is somebody who, despite not being on the field, can actually affect the outcome of the game, then surely you're God. I'm just saying. God ain't Catholic because he forking hates the saints. Ain't that the truth? Good morning, Mr. Peabody. Thank you for joining us. It looks like, but I know we have a few people here who are not sports ball fans, but it does seem like we started a thing. There are indeed quite a few sports ball fans. I saw like New England Patriots. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you at this point, but all right, fine, whatever. You do you, boo. Dallas I haven't seen anybody say Dallas Cowboys yet. I haven't seen that. God is with the Niners, though. There you go. God is in favor of sports ball in general. There you go.
Yeah, God likes to watch men tackle each other, I think.
Men in tight pants.
Yeah. I mean, Jacob wrestled Israel, so I'm assuming that God really enjoys like touch football.
Wrestled Israel.
Wrestle. That's what we call wrestling.
Yes. We're calling it rest. How long did it last? And who won? Who came out on top? Who got the pounding? I'm just curious how that went down.
Who scored?
Since we're going to keep it on God and whatnot. Oh, John the Heretic said, I said New England Patriots. How do we block people from the channel? Let's get that.
Man.
You're right, John. You're right. So apparently we do have sports ball fans. Big Zebra, there are sports ball fans, but when will strap-ons be a demonstration sport at the summer? Oh, interesting. I don't know. I'd watch it. I might watch that. I don't know.
Yowza.
Yeah.
I think they should play baseball with them. Like strap it on, and then you throw the ball and you have to whoop.
There you go. There you go. I dig it.
How much fun.
The basest of balls. Synchronized pegging. We're talking about this Creator Accountability Network, and you guys blow me out of the water 2 minutes into the thing. What the hell?
You said blow me.
Simply Secular Dave says Olympegging.
Oh, that's good.
Oh man, you guys ain't ready. Good morning, Fern. Where have you been? It's been a while since we've seen you. I hope you're doing wonderful. Oh my goodness. You people ain't right. Secular feelinists? Oh yeah, that is good. Secular.
Theo says, but softball, please, so men can also compete. You just put on your jock strap. You'll be fine. You'll be golden.
That's fantastic. Softball, yes.
We'll do underhand pitching, okay? No.
Be a man. You don't need a strap on.
Get your dick hard and whip it.
It's called a tally whacker, so you whack things with it. Listen, if you can't hang a soggy towel off yours at the age of 53, I don't know what the hell's wrong with you. You need to get like some pills or some business. Damn it, Creator Accountability Network.
That hurt so bad.
I don't think I'm going to make it. I don't think I'm going to make it.
Don't watch the show, please.
I know. HR, sorry. I'm sorry. HR. I got to take another class. I'll have to take another class.
Immediately.
That's fantastic. That's so right. This old helmet that's dropping some knowledge in the chat there, this old helmet. This old helmet says strap-on spelled backwards is no parts.
Well,
is that not serendipity?
Yeah.
In the universe? I know.
Kismet.
Wow. It's like God arranged that. It was meant to be. So very true. Temujin Jag, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Big Zebra. Man, we've got a lot of wonderful people showing up here. Chick Magnate snuck in. I don't know how you got in here without somebody letting us know. We got an alarm system. So good morning, everyone. Palindromes are fun. That's true. So part of the thing, I guess, in case you guys didn't know, more information has come out. More people have been implicated in the Epstein files. Now, also, one of the things that I mentioned on the show yesterday was that whenever we talk about the Epstein files, I need you, my friends and individuals, to realize we're not just talking about files like what was at Mar-a-Lago in Trump's bathroom. What we're talking about is video files. A lot of video files. And one of the things that this article I was looking at this morning was talking about from The Guardian, so it's got to be reliable, right? Was saying that they were going through Epstein's 7-story New York mansion, and there were bedrooms and cameras openly in the bedrooms. They were all over the place, you know. And then whenever you see the letters written to Epstein, there's thereby like some wow kind of. In one letter, former Prime Minister of Israel, Ehud Barak, and his wife wrote, "There is no limit to your curiosity. You are like a closed book to many of them, but you know everything about everyone," they wrote. Describing Epstein as a collector of people.
Excuse me?
In a letter from filmmaker Woody Allen, reminisced about Epstein's dinner parties at his Upper East Side house and described the gatherings as always interesting. He noted that the parties included politicians, scientists, teachers, magicians, comedians, intellectuals, journalists, and even royalty. Allen also described this dinners as being well served. I say well served often by some professional, served by a house professional, houseman, and just as often served by young women.
Oh.
Who he said reminded him of Castle Dracula, where Louis Lugosi has 3 young female vampires who service the place. So, I mean, this is Woody Allen. He's already got this is the same guy who like went and got a little kid from a foreign country and then raised her to be his wife.
Exactly. Yes.
I mean, my mom.
Tantamount. I mean, that might be long, PLDR, but that's practically what happened.
Essentially what happened, yeah. Other writers reportedly included Mortimer Zuckerman, Noam Chomsky, and his wife, Choli Ito, Martin Nowak, Lawrence Krauss. Right?
Wait, are you talking about the science guy?
Yeah, the science guy. Now, in the article, a lot of it says Allen, Ito, Zuckerman, Nowak, none of them responded. Barak reportedly declined to comment. Chomsky's wife responded on his behalf, also declining to comment. Krauss reportedly told the Times that he didn't recall the letter, but he did attend several lunches with very interesting discussions. Several lunches with very interesting discussions with scientists, authors, and others at Epstein's house. And it's kind of like he was like one of the ones that never got into the back room, I guess, or that's what he's claiming. I don't know.
Well, Lawrence, I would think, to be smart, and I'm not smart, but I would think
I may not be a smart man.
I would want a ruse of sorts, where I did host parties where it was all on the up and up, and it was intelligent people, and it was, secular communities and people with high profile, and nothing happens just to make, oh no, he's just a curious guy and he's an entrepreneur or whatever you call him, that word, just to make it look as though he's an okay fella. So that is a possibility that nothing really did happen with Krauss.
It is possible. Without more information, without the files, it's hard to know.
I mean, maybe that would help,
And you notice have you seen the news to where they're looking to get some depositions about the Epstein files?
About time.
They really are. Yeah. You know who they're going for?
Clintons.
Yep. The Clintons and others. Yes.
They're going to go after Dems. There's.
Well, here it says. Go ahead.
No. I was just going to say I didn't think they would be too concerned with Republicans, but I could be wrong.
Yes, could be wrong. I get surprised, right? Here's part of the article. Facing growing pressure, the Justice Department sent Todd Blanche, clearly an upright individual, if you've heard of his history, the Deputy Attorney General and one of Trump's former lawyers, to meet with Maxwell in late July to see whether she had information about anyone who has committed crimes against victims.
Nothing shady there whatsoever.
The meeting which lasted 2 days, was held behind closed doors. Now, here's the thing. Why do they need her? What you're going to trust her to tell you if there's somebody in the files? Why not just go look at the files? Why not? And I know this is going to sound stupid. People, listen, this is going to, probably one of the dumbest things.
I bet this is a crazy idea what you're saying. I feel like I know what you're going to say, but it's crazy.
Why don't you listen to the victims?
Oh my, Chris. Okay.
I know. That's crazy.
Guys, I'm sorry. I've got to go.
We got to go. Got to shut down the stream. We can't bear this kind of stupidity on the channel.
I just scared Pickles.
Pickles is disgusted.
She's pissed off. She ran.
With my lies.
She said, how dare you suggest that victims have an actual say?
Right. Now, why do we care what she has to say? Yeah. Well, all they need to do is open the files. Now, they could argue, well, there's innocent girls in the files. You know what? We have the magic of computer power. We can remove and scrub them out of the files.
Well, if you redacted Trump's name.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm talking about out of the video files.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, yes. That's some of the argument is that, once they finally got it to because before MAGA, some of the MAGA were like, release the files. Then once they found out their pedo master was in there, all of a sudden they've changed their tune on that. And there's like, you want to release those files? Oh my God, you pedophiles. You know what's in there? It's people having sex with children. You don't want that. You want that? You're horrible. See that kind of tone change? I saw that. I saw them do that.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to spin it like that's the spin. Yeah. Oh, you must be perverted for wanting to see what's in those files. No, honey, you're the one protecting those people. Yes. Complete difference. And actually, yes. I'm fine with not seeing any of it as long as trustworthy people are the ones.
That's true.
Who report what they see.
Mm-hmm. We'll see here. Fern Lovebond says we ask questions so we can corroborate the files. I get that, but in this particular case, we don't really even need that. We've got video evidence as well as financial records, flight logs. We got all that stuff that in and of themselves corroborate the video evidence alone. Corroborate. So I understand and I appreciate the need, but then part two of that is you might ask questions from someone to corroborate evidence. That's a good point. But somebody like Ghislaine Maxwell can never be trusted. No matter what she says, if it's whoever it's against, they're going to go, you can't trust her. She's a convicted child trafficker.
Right.
But then look at what they've done. They've moved her from, after talking to Todd Blanche for 2 days, they moved her from that rough prison in Florida to a nice, cozy, soft prison in Texas. The same prison Elizabeth Holmes is at.
Interesting how she gets treated so much better than hardworking immigrants who've been in this country for years, getting sent to Alligator Auschwitz.
Right. And one of the things that people seem to forget, and I'm just going to throw this out there, is that they're like, oh, but they're illegal. What is the crime? What is their crime? Their crime is coming into the country illegal.
And that's not
What is that? Is that a felony or is that a misdemeanor? Did you know that's a misdemeanor? That's not even a felony. Or overstaying, they're not even felonies.
And you don't even know if they've come here illegally unless you do due process, because you are allowed to come into this country without legal means, because as soon as you come here, then you have to start the process of the legal. You know what I mean? You're allowed to come here under fear of death. And it's really scary that they would want to stop people from running from horrible atrocities or natural disasters or what have you.
And I want to say, I believe, and I could be wrong, but I believe the number of undocumented immigrants who are here not because they snuck across the border, but because they came over on a proper visa and then stayed after that, whenever that visa expired. I believe that number rivals, if not overshadows, the number of immigrants who actually come in legally in the country, illegally in the country by swimming across the borders and all that business. So people who overstay, it's not an insignificant number. You have demonstrated the value you bring to your relationships with others very well for us. Love you both. Keep up the good work. Theocracy Watch. Thank you, Austin Sims. Very much appreciate you. I dropped another Theocracy Watch. I've been bundling them up in 5s and dropping them on Mondays over there on the channel. Hopefully, people who want to get just a Theocracy Watch, they can go get them. So, and we're going to do that here in just a minute. It's gnarly time. Deadpool 07 is here. Ace Trades is here. I want to call out other people who've shown up, like Austin Sims. Good morning, Austin Sims. Theoretically is here. We know both Melania and Musk stayed in the U.S. illegally. That's true. Musk himself was also here illegally. Melania got in on an Einstein visa, right? And one of the things is that
as a model,
Epstein, it was alleged that Epstein introduced Melania and Trump. I don't think that's true. There was another guy who introduced them, but he was also part of the same PDF file sex trafficking group. So that's how Donald Trump met her, through a PDF file network, Russian connected PDF file network, which explains why Donald Trump has been so capitulatory to Vladimir Putin all this time, because Vladimir Putin probably has literal video evidence of Donald Trump that he doesn't want everybody to know about. But now it's kind of, now that it's kind of already out there, that he's in the files and he's trying to make it go away, but he can't. Well, now it's like, what are you going to do to me? So one of what was the ex-president or somebody, Medvedev of Russia, said something in a tweet that Donald Trump felt so threatened over that he decided to go park 2 nuclear submarines off the coast of Russia.
Oh, right. Yeah, the 2 nuclear submarines.
Right. Over a tweet. Now Donald Trump's getting all brave and bold because it feels like the evidence they had against him is gone. There's still maybe other evidence, like the original, what we thought was the thing back in the 2015 thing, when we thought it was just the PP tapes. We thought they had him over there in a Russian hotel with, have you heard that conspiracy theory, if you will? That you have never heard that? Yeah.
Maybe. The thing is, I hear a lot of stuff and then I forget.
Yeah.
And then I remember.
Yeah. And Tucker Carlson, completely bought out by Russia. He's a Russian tool. He's flown over to Russia. And
my issue with... Pardon. Here's one of my issues. And I don't even know how to feel about that. Maybe y'all concur. But like with Tucker Carlson, let's say, when it comes to like what he's saying about Israel, I agree with him. But my problem is, like, he's not a good person. He's not a good person for this country. So, like, I see people reposting stuff like that he says all the time. Like, it's always coming across my FYP. I'm like, why is this man continuously getting airtime? There's plenty of other people who aren't jerk-offs and who aren't puppets who are saying the same exact thing. Right. Why aren't we giving them the space and the credentials or what have you, respect?
Agreed.
Instead of continuously to this puppet.
There's one topic he doesn't seem to be absolutely wrong on.
Congratulations, he's a clock.
Right, exactly. Congratulations.
And Marjorie Taylor Greene and her as well. It's like the same two, similar. Like, yes, there's a few things where I'm like, they are right about this. But that's it. Like, stop putting them on like platforms that give them so much more ability to reach more people with other bad ideas about transgender, LGBTQIA, because those two don't care about us.
They don't. Fern Lovebond says, I don't have many spaces where I can hang out with people who aren't brainwashed about religion, but I have plenty of people who want to talk nothing but politics. I'm burnt out on it. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I understand that. Fern, we kind of have been bouncing back and forth between the two. You of course, if you watch the show, you'll see us rail on Christians and MAGA almost equally. It's just getting so...
We can always do like the first half of the show and then the second half different, or we can do like some days this and some days that. I don't know.
I was trying that. That's kind of actually where I'm heading. I was going to try to make
hard though. I think we have tried that, but then again, we have ADHD. It's like, boop, we turn on a dime, or, you know, it's something religious that ties into politics again. And it's hard not to sweep back into that theme.
Right. Absolutely. And, you know, so many times, I mean, I just make those topics up and we bounce back and forth of them. I try to tie the poll of the day into them so it'll keep the conversation over there. But we talk about all kinds of shit. So, no, we like you, Love Bomb Fern. We want you around. We want you to have good times with us. That's cool. But we also got, you know, that's the question of the day. Check this out. Let me check this out. Read this. The question of the day is, with Donald Trump clearly trying to sell out the rest of us to the Christians for their vote, allowing them to force their theocracy on the rest of us, why would any atheists support him? That's the question of the day over here, and I'll see how many people. But see, and the problem is, what I'm going with this, Fern, and I very much appreciate you, is that the two are so intertwined now because Donald Trump, they're using each other for power over the rest of us. So far in our poll, we've got 30 votes. 27% say just being atheist does not mean you're smart. Preach, my brothers. 40% of the people say they don't care as long as he's hurting who they hate. MAGA. You ain't got to be a theist to be a MAGA. You can be an atheist and still be a MAGA. Mm-hmm. And 20% said they don't realize what he's doing somehow. Somehow they haven't figured out what he's doing. And then none or all of the above. And we've got 7 comments here. There we go. And or all of the above. I see there was the and or all of the above. That's awesome. But we do have some good comments. I did very much appreciate you. Let me do a thing real quick, my friends. There we go. Get the Super Bowls off there. And that's kind of that's kind of the deal. It's just so intertwined. It's really hard not to. Even if the topic of the day is political, we're not likely to stay on that topic all day. But I get you. Jesus Returned, it kind of reminds me of the alien in Prometheus, but then I do have a vivid imagination. Yeah, it's interesting.
What reminds him of the alien? I don't know. But I like that movie Prometheus.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you while I've got you, and I've realigned my mindset. I try to be good about these sorts of things and not spoil other people's joys. So how's it going with Discovery? Still finding it good?
I am. Where did we leave off? I can't remember the last episode we left off, but I know we're beyond the point where they, what's her name? Michael figured out that the captain was actually the other dimension, Terran. What are they called? Terran?
Yeah, the other.
Whatever the bizarro world, the opposite world.
Yeah.
Which
the world we now live in.
Which I was not fond of. I even told you from the other show, I wasn't really fond of the humans being opposite of like how they really are or whatever. And I think we've gotten a few episodes beyond that as well. I like it. I do like it. It is different. It's very different, but I like it.
And see where you're at. I liked it too.
And it's just as it changes.
The first season, I know there were things about it I did not like the thing with the big huge tardigrade, that big huge water bear.
Oh, yeah, that kind of made me sad that it was they took that from somebody else.
Well, let's just take that aside, set that aside. That's just not Star Trek, right? Let's go to bad Star Trek. They've got the thing in the thing, and then the lady says,
"The thing in the thing."
Despite the fact that it ripped through doors, it destroyed an entire Klingon squad, they pump a little gas in there. And she's like, let the.
Oh yeah.
That was just.
That's putting a lot of trust. You're getting a lot of trust to anthropomorphizing. I mean, it worked. She was right, but.
Well, she died. A few seconds later, she died. It came out and ripped her into little pieces. That was the first. You're okay. It's the second episode. They had the new the security officer who was the security chief of Discovery. Yeah. But as soon as she let the force field down, insisting that she needed to let the force field down, it come out there, destroyed her.
Yeah, I was like, are you dumb? Are you dumb? Yeah. But then when Michael did it, I was like, okay.
Yeah. And see, I have to say, like the season 1, which you just got through, I really enjoyed a lot of not necessarily the look of the Klingons, but the guy who played Voq. I really enjoyed his dedication to the language and all that stuff. And the actor, the actor, yeah, he did really good. I really enjoyed him. I think he did a good job.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, I am in season 2 because the Klingons now and it was funny because they were like, oh yeah, I've heard the Klingons are now deciding to grow out their hair. I was like, okay, good tie-in because the Klingons look different again. I was like, okay, sure, whatever. I thought they looked cool in the first season, even though that's not how Klingons look in my head. I was like, well, you might as well just stick with it since you've done it. And now you kind of made them look even more weird, which I don't know. It still don't look right to me.
You'll just have to trust that by the time they get to Strange New Worlds, which is the show coming after Discovery, I hope you'll enjoy Strange New Worlds, that they fix the Klingons. They do fix them. They do.
But yeah, the guy who plays Volk, I like his the voice and how he's really the
he does a good job. I really enjoy him. But there are things but now at this point, rather than continue to beat on it, I'm just going to let you go on yourself and see, because I have issues with it. And then whenever we talk again, you'll probably be further into season 2, season 3, and we'll see how you feel. You may enjoy some of those things. One thing I do want to bash on, and this happens in all kinds of shows. We watched another show. We're watching Fringe. Anyway, where there's somebody's dying. Oh my gosh, somebody's dying. They got tears. Oh, woe is me. And they're going to cry for 20 minutes. And they go through this whole thing and they sit down and they talk to each other and they pour out their feelings about how all this time I loved you and didn't know you, and pour back me too. And you're just so wonderful. But now you're going to die. Now I'm going to die. Now you're going to die. Whoa, whoa. And then, oh, wait, you're healed.
And then
after all that, oh yeah, when you get there, girl, you're going to know. You're going to be like, oh, this is what Chris was talking about.
I see.
I'm not spoiling anything. Anyway, I hate to say this. It happens more than once. One time, though. One is really the biggie, though. One is the biggie.
I'm not surprised because there's a lot of similar kind of build-up moments where like you thought someone was going to die and they're almost confessing their love, and then it just somebody saved or what. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Keep on watching.
Yeah.
And there's this one thing in the season 4 or 5 after there's a lot of very, it's just, this is stupid. No, it's smart man. I'm not a smart man, but I could have done better. I mean, yeah, anyway, you just wait. But that's just my opinion. That's why I don't want to spoil it. Shut up, Chris. I want you to see it because I want you, if you can enjoy it, I want you to enjoy it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so it's kind of good. Let's see if Jesus Returned is here. Oh my goodness, Jesus has returned. Jesus returned again.
Again and again and again.
A repeat offender. Lissa M says, I love Fringe. Well, I'll let you know, Lissa M, we've gotten 1 season into it, and I think 2 episodes. 1 season and 2 episodes. So we just found out about the other universe kind of thing. If you're not into Fringe, then you won't know what we're talking about. But if you've seen Fringe, you'll know. And it's really, I've never seen it before. It's really cool that me and the evil one get to go through a series together that neither one of us has ever seen.
I like that. That's so much fun. Yeah. That's kind of like the fun thing about Hubs and I being able to do all the Star Trek stuff, because we've not really seen any of it either. So it's all new to us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's one. Yeah, you guys are getting the enjoyment of that. And girl, I tell you, I got so many more things that you're going to love after you're done with Star Trek. Yeah. Don't get bored. Ask me whenever you're done. I'll be like, go watch Foundation. Foundation you need to watch. Oh, that's
okay.
Now, if you read Foundation like 60 years ago and you're a really old person, you're a really crotchety person, you're
not going to like it. Yeah.
But if you're a sci-fi lover and you haven't read the books, you're going to love it. It's great. Yes, it's really good. I read the books and I like it. Not all the books.
I mean, I think that's just kind of how it is when you've read a book and then they come out with a movie or a show. Your imagination, it's really difficult to compare to your imagination.
Yes. Maybe the damn show should crash the Trekkie convention. That's not a bad idea. Sapien Cephalon Pod. I would love that.
Do a live stream there. How fun would that be?
How fun would that be? We were talking on the show. Now, the Black non-believers are literally getting a cruise up. They're going to go on a cruise.
I'm so jealous.
I think it'd be worth it to see. Maybe it might take a year of organizing. to get it together, but get some kind of atheist cruise going on. See if we could get a week-long cruise, get Seth Andrews, some of those other people on there.
It's
like
so cool
that,
to have like
really
speakers and events or training or whatever, we maybe even have like a little session for the Pickle just scared herself. The Creator Accountability Network. Like,
there you go.
So cool. The possibilities are endless. Are you okay, baby? Okay.
Big Zebra says an atheist strap-on cruise.
Ooh.
We don't judge. Whatever you want to do.
Only if I can play dong ball.
Dong ball.
We could have dong ball.
Lissa M says, I've streamed it on Amazon. However, I've also gotten to watch some episodes for free on. You're talking about, which one are you talking about? Sorry, but I also enjoy Babylon. Wow, this is turning into a Sci-Fi Wednesday show. People are really passionate about sports ball and sci-fi today. Babylon 5 is one of my favorites as well. Really for the Jakar and what's his name? Londo Mallard. Those two characters really make that show. It's a wonderful thing. Atheist cruise would be good. See, I think other people think so too. I see. Fellow cat lover friends. However, all right. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to take a quick break here. Go get me some more coffee. When we get back, we're going to do Theocracy Watch. Okay. I think check out our new commercial. We've got a new product out from Father Flanagan's. Do you have an atheist friend or family member who's a good person and you don't want to see them end up in hell? But now they're on their deathbed. Time is running out. They've been there for you and now you want to be there for them. But how can you save them from your all-loving, forgiving God and its eternal lake of fire? Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of atheist deathbed conversion Bibles. No more worries of loved ones meeting their resolution without absolution. Now you too can force your faith on the weak and helpless in their final moments. Father Flanagan's line of atheist deathbed conversion Bibles are designed specifically for the weak and infirmed. Extra large type for failing eyes seeing their last. Deluxe editions come complete with a post-mortem Mother Teresa would have approved baptismal kit. Also available in heathen and heretic versions. Father Flanagan's line of atheist deathbed conversion Bibles. Coming to a Walmart near you. Yeah, so there's our new commercial. We had a question from in the chat, one of our people, somebody. Jesus Returns says, would you be tempted to pray if the boat began to sink? No. Any second wasted in prayer is a second you could be doing something, trying to figure out how to save your life, save somebody else's life, do something reasonable, even if it were just to say goodbye to someone else. Any second wasted in prayer would just be a second wasted.
Yes.
That's my thinking.
Not for me.
Adrian Belgrave, was that your first time seeing the Deathbed Bible commercial? That's good. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Goodness gracious.
So there's that. There are those kinds of things.
Deathbed conversion.
Deathbeds. And I screwed up. It really should have been
just like Constantine.
Apostate. Yeah. Uh-huh. And I'm gonna.
You should have said that it's Constantine's very own Bible.
The same Bible used to embed Jesus's image into the Shroud of Turin.
Oh,
yeah.
There you go.
That's badass, huh?
Try to prove it's a lie.
Right. That's exactly right. Prove me wrong. And then they're like, well, yeah, so that's a good question over there. I wrote that question down. I thought I had something else over there I was going to ask. But apparently I did not. Let me see here and check my thing. Jesus returned to teacher, lawyer, priests are on a sinking ship. Save the children. Teacher said, fuck the children, said the lawyer. Do we have time? Asked the priest. I know, right? Yeah. It's a joke.
We're not going to be able to go on to the Creator's accountability. We're already out, you guys.
Yeah. I think they're more about, that's the whole thing. They're more about if we offend actual other people. So if we're offending God, I think they'll be okay. John Hudson said, would you pray or pull your head out of your ass and kiss it goodbye? Start swimming, man. Find a piece of wreckage, find a floaty device. They've got, actually, if the ship is sinking and you're praying, you're not finding your escape pod. They have escape boats on that specifically for that thing. You have to know where they are. You have to know how to get to them at all times. As part of the boarding of the ship, the first thing you do is you go check in at your muster location, even on a cruise ship. So again, if you're sitting there and the ship is going down and you're just sitting there on your knees, you're wasting time.
Floats.
Yep. Wasting time. You should be getting your ass in one of those emergency pods.
Mm-hmm.
So Carrie Ann Chrysler says, I'm pretty sure praying to save ships is outside of God's workload. Yeah, like, what's he going to do? He's not going to save the ship, obviously. At this point, we're assuming, because, you know, why are you praying? But then why are you praying? He's either going to save you or he's not, and it's not going to be based on whether or not you pray.
No.
I mean, if it is, how petty would that be?
As we've discussed before, if God's mad at you, Chris, and I'm next to you, he doesn't care if he takes me out with you. He'll take down a whole boat if it's to take you out.
Yeah.
Just saying.
You know, the story of Jonah is a great example.
Oof.
You know, everybody likes that stupid story, couldn't live in a whale. But what happened to the men who just carried him out there? That ship was destroyed and they all died.
In the first place, like Jesus.
Yeah. The ship was destroyed and they all died. So there is that. Always funny. I'm going to go ahead now, and before I get too far along and forget to do it, I'm going to hit this button and we're going to do Theocracy Watch.
11 o'clock.
Here we go.
You're tuned into the Atheist Morning Show on the DAN Network. And this is Theocracy Watch.
With billions in U.S. military spending tied to countries like Israel and Ukraine, some lawmakers are asking who's really calling the shots. Welcome back to Theocracy Watch, where we track how faith, nationalism, and ideology get baked in under law in the guise of protecting democracy. Amid rising global tensions and active U.S. involvement in multiple international conflicts, the Dual Loyalty Disclosure Act is emerging at a moment when questions about national allegiance, foreign influence, and political identity are gaining urgency at home. Introduced by Rep. Thomas Macy, the bill would require all federal candidates, excluding the vice president, to disclose whether they hold citizenship in another country. Supporters argue that it's about enhancing accountability, bolstering public trust, particularly in areas as national security and foreign policy. But the proposal is drawing pushback from critics who argue that it risks singling out Americans with immigrant backgrounds or multicultural identities, raising questions about whether disclosure leads to transparency or suspicion. Does holding dual citizenship actually compromise someone's ability to serve the public, or are we just reshaping old fears into new restrictions? In the past, accusations of conflict of interest have been used to cast suspicion on Jewish Americans, Muslim Americans, and others with ties to communities outside of the U.S. Under this framework, those same patterns could resurface, targeting individuals based on identity rather than their conduct. There's also concern about the long-term impact on political participation, because this could discourage dual citizens from running for office altogether. In a democracy that grows more diverse by the year, representation isn't just symbolic, it's foundational. The Dual Loyalty Disclosure Act may aim to enhance transparency, but it forces a deeper conversation. Who feels welcome in power in these halls, and who doesn't? Who's represented? Who's left out? What's clear is that this proposal reopens a critical question about identity, national interest, and how much personal information candidates should reveal to earn public trust. Whether this bill becomes law or not, it pushes the country to ask questions about who we should trust and who represents us. That conversation is not going away anytime soon, and neither are the people it affects. So until next time, continue asking questions. Because I don't know if y'all remember, I at first thought this was a great idea, and then after kind of doing some research, I'm not sure how I feel. Okay. I don't know if it could lead to more discrimination or if it would be more transparency. I'm interested in knowing how you feel and the audience feels about that.
Gotcha. That's a good question. Mm-hmm. It does seem like it's another one of those instances where if there's a wrong way to do something, But maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe in this case they won't. But it sure does seem like anytime they ask you for information like that, and you have to divulge information like that, you can almost rest assured that somewhere down the line somebody's going to use it against you.
Could be right.
And we would like to think, I've harped about this before, we would like to think that wouldn't happen with things like HIPAA and all that other business. But we've had so many people's rights destroyed by this most recent government. They do not give a shit. So like my example has been for sadly, the people who are trans who came out or whatever, exposing themselves thinking they were safe. And now because they did that, that knowledge is being used against them because it's not safe anymore.
Right.
And they've retroactively gone and found that information that you exposed when you thought you were safe. So that's
the fear of full disclosure, you know, of utter transparency. Is there a possibility that, because I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want, you know, maybe a South American person who comes to this country who's been here literally their entire life and want to run for office. And now someone thinks that they're not going to be loyal when they've never even, they maybe even never went to that country since they left there as a child or what have you.
Right. And, you know, you can be born in the United States and still be loyal to another country and betray the United States. Looking at you, Donald Trump.
There you go. Perfect example. Perfect example.
Yeah. Let me see here. I like presidents that aren't corrupt, ignorant, grifting, nepotic. You know what I mean? Those big words. Incompetent, xenophobic, pedo, raping, narcissist. I hate to tell you. Yeah, the rest of them. Yeah. You gotta hate where we are. Again, I even have it written down as a note over here. Again, where is the MAGA outrage? Where are the burning MAGA hats? If this were a light beer commercial supporting trans people, they would be burning things. They would be buying things and shooting them on TV and posting it online. Where is the MAGA outrage? How long before they just give up?
Right.
You know?
Don't know.
And, you know, we've talked about it before. I said it jokingly. How long before? I mean, what are they going to do? We see so many, how about this, phrase it like this, incidents of older men with girls being caught and being prosecuted for that. And they're Christians, they're pastors. And, you know, I mean, it happens so often on their side that no wonder why they're actually supporting Donald Trump. No wonder why that's not a bridge too far.
Look at the one we did the Theocracy Watch on, was it Wednesday? Caglione, the Texas rep who paid for all these abortions from his mistress. Okay, so not only was he cheating on his wife, good Christian man, he was also paying for abortions when he's been the one to create these laws that make it illegal for a woman to get the health care that she needs. Very
true. Yeah. I mean, oh my goodness. Thank you for the $2 super chat, Jesse Bear. Jesse Bear says GOP equals guardian of pedos. I have to say, I have let me see if I can find something here. I don't know if I got it. Anyway, I actually made a video about that, or an image about that, the GOP guardian of, true enough. Very true. Morally bankrupt, says Ravidale. Very true. I agree 100%. They absolutely are. And yet they still get away with all of those things. Donald Trump should be in prison. He should never breathe free air again. I've been saying this. This should have happened last time. And whenever he was convicted of those 34 felonies, they were talking about not giving him prison time. They were just going to, but really? No. He should have gotten prison time. And now you watch, he is going to go after his political opponents and do his best to give them prison time. At best, If he could charge them with treason and think he could get away with worse, I bet he would.
Texas is trying to go after the Dems who left so they couldn't redistrict.
Yeah. Yeah, Donald Trump's going after Chuck Schumer, trying to threaten him with police action, claiming he's done illegal things like, I don't know what he's claiming, like I don't really even know, but that's what they're trying to do. They're just trying to use the law to go after people when it's actually them. They're the ones that should be in jail. Matt Gaetz should be in jail for having sex with a 16, 17-year-old girl.
Right.
He left
his job so that way he could get a position at the administration, and then that fell through because he was being investigated.
Yes. I like presidents that aren't besties with Jeffrey Epstein, says God equals the square root of -1. Well said. God, well said.
It's a good place to at least start.
Yeah, true enough. I am checking over here. Is that going? I think it's going. Oh, it says I'm offline.
Oh.
Twitch says it's offline. I don't know if it's really offline or not. It says it is. Let's see if it's offline. If you were watching on Twitch, my friends, 1,000 apologies. No, it says it's back online. Okay.
Yeah, it's working.
Sorry about that.
Now.
Working for you. Good. All right. So for those of you who don't know, we are now streaming to Twitch and YouTube. Facebook doesn't seem to really be doing anything, but we're doing it anyway for fun. Maybe we'll build a channel of it. I'd like to build my Facebook page. The Daily Atheist Morning Show page is the one I'd like to build. Good morning, Chris Fairley. Good morning, Andrew Christopherson. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. A real president would uphold the Constitution. 45, 47 are fake presidents. And that's part of the deal, too. You would think if he was innocent, he would want those Epstein files opened and exposed. And whenever asked about it, like I said, with the JFK and those kinds of things, oh, yeah, we'll get those files out. Those other files out, yes, we'll do that. But whenever it comes to the Epstein files, it's like, oh, well, we got to make sure that isn't misinformation in there because he's in there, Philip Lister says, greetings from Facebook, just heading back there. Good morning, Philip Lister. I stopped posting our links every morning to the morning show over in the Facebook links or groups. I don't know if you noticed it or cared, Philip. I did it because I've heard that Facebook actually frowns on YouTube links. So it may actually be hurting the groups more than it helps to do so. That's part of the reason why I started live streaming live on Facebook. I just don't know how to share that out to all the groups. Well, because you can't until you go live. So, yeah, I need a producer. Let's see. Daily Atheist. I hit 5K on TikTok and I have an agent now. So I guess I'm a legit creator now. Okay. You have an agent. What kind of agent? Do you have an agent?
Who? Her?
You. Wow. She's got 5K on TikTok and an agent. That's cool. Way to go. You've got quite a few people on TikTok, don't you? Do you still post to TikTok regularly or do you not mess with it anymore?
I have not posted anything to TikTok in months.
Really? All gone over to YouTube. Gotcha.
Yerpers.
Carrie Ann Chrysler says law wouldn't be written to protect against false accusations over prevention of violation if the people it was written for weren't guilty of it often. This whole thing, man, there are names. I didn't get to all the names they listed in this thing, but there are so many powerful names in the Epstein files that whether they're liberal, Democrat, conservative, politician, foreign, domestic, dead or alive, there are people, there are a lot of really powerful people in there. So I'm not surprised now after seeing just a few of the names as to why it's been so hard to get this information out. Because so many big names are involved.
Implicated.
Yes. Good morning, Van Corno. Thank you for joining us. Says evening, folks. Hope you're having a good day. Are you in Aussie or some of that business? The reputations of affluent people are more important than victims' violations. It just amazes me how far they will go to continue to deny the harm that has been done by these people. And now, if you've heard Donald Trump there's these tinkerings about pardoning Diddy.
Oh,
now,
right.
Diddy's team has reached out to Trump's team and has been turned away because apparently Diddy said some bad things about Trump during the past election. I feel that will only hold for so much. I didn't say so long because so long as an issue of time. What I said was that'll only hold for so much is because once Diddy's people offer enough money to Trump, he'll be able to overlook that. And that's what our president does with his pardons. He's all about, and there's another thing. He fired 5 people from the, oh man, it was he's purging. I'm working on an article about it. He's purging all the Democrats from all government offices. Like every week, he purges another office. And he just did another one. 5 out of the 7 people in the office were purged because they're all liberals, Democrats, if you will. Jesse Bear donated $2 through the super chat. My new DT nickname is Dorito Daddy.
Dorito Diddy. That's so
awesome.
funny.
Dorito Diddy.
Take that.
Dorito Diddy. That's awesome. Take that, Diddy. I actually have this link over here I've saved. I want to post this real quick for my friends out there. This is for the support FAFO and the kids supplies that Jesse Bear is working on. So I've got that link that I like to post on the. Oh, there she is. Follow her on TikTok. Yes. So she's still running a fundraiser for that over there. If you can, go help them out. They appreciate it. We all appreciate it. Let's see here what's going on in the chat. I thought did we have somebody in there stirring up some trouble? Did they get smacked around and run away? Meek is here. Good morning, Meek. I haven't seen you in a while. You shall inherit the earth, or so I hear.
Oh,
I would like, some grassland. If you hook me up with some nice places, it'd be nice. I like how Trump said that the Epstein files were boring. Yeah, that Meek says that. Yeah, he also said things like he never had the privilege of getting invited to Epstein Island.
Right, a privilege.
Yeah, I mean, this wasn't a long time ago that he said this. This was like last week or this week last week, I think it was that he said that. So wait a second there, big good boy, and this notion that I don't know. I still think he was very involved with Epstein's whole thing. Remy says the murder accusations against me are boring. And that's the thing, I'm one of those that I would be hard pressed to believe that Epstein is dead. I could certainly understand why he would be dead now that I see the names on the list. But I could also see just as easily how somebody we need to get him out of there, fake his death and get him out of here, get him to a secure place.
Mm-hmm. One wonders.
So he can live out the rest of his life, We
were told we had the raw footage of the jail that night, and then come to find out there's several minutes missing, and there was a few slices in the footage.
Yep, and the other footage from around the jail that would have shown somebody going towards that area somehow has been lost due to a data malfunction. So,
of course.
Edibos, good morning, says Christ is Lord. Are you sure? What makes you think that? Do you have any evidence of that, Miss Edibos? I'm assuming it's Miss. Is it Miss? Mr.? If you don't mind, clarify for me. I'd appreciate that. It was mashed together from 2 videos.
Oh, the video footage from the prison, Neurogeezer? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, probably so. Yeah, probably that. Yeah. But there again, like we're talking about, the other footage from the other parts of the prison that would have shown someone come in has been removed. So has been destroyed. Yeah,
like show me the other cameras all at that time. I want to see every single angle. I want to see who goes, who comes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But they couldn't because somehow that stuff got destroyed.
Of course.
Really, So that's my thinking, though. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I doubt we'll ever really know. I'm not a big person on conspiracy theories, though, normally. But, I mean, this is pretty bad. It's pretty bad looking on the government. The edited footage.
Is it a conspiracy, though?
Huh?
Is it a conspiracy, though?
A conspiracy is defined as, what, 2 or more people?
I don't know. What is
together?
I guess I need to know the definition. Yeah. What is a conspiracy?
I think it's 2 or 3. I think it's two or more people getting together to do something. organizing to do something. You're conspiring to do something. Even
Oh,
if
you're saying they're okay. I
Yeah.
see what you're saying. Yes. I see. I thought you were saying that. Okay, I got you.
You're picking up what I would do. Gotcha. Yeah. So, carry across. Jessie Bear. You know what? Jessie Bear has been begging for some Ollie, and she actually missed Ollie earlier. I will once again post the link for Jessie Bear's cause if you guys got some spare coin and you don't mind hooking her up. And I'm going to give you the pup commercial. That'll be 2 minutes. And you get to see Ollie. Jessie Bear gets to see Ollie. So here we go.
Flanagan!
Yes, sir. Very disturbing, I know.
Fetch me Father Flanagan.
Your Highness.
You are in the presence of His Holiness, the Puppius Maximus, guardian of the sacred fire hydrant, defender of the holy tennis ball, and eater of the golden kibble, Pup Oliver Poopsalot the Fifth.
Your popedom. I heard you have a bone to pick with me.
Condoms, Father Flanagan?
No, thank you. I've got plenty.
That's what I mean. Why are you selling condoms?
Oh, you mean our Pharaoh Sombrero line of condoms? Understood.
You know how we feel about those around here.
Well, they're not to be used by the Catholics, of course.
Not for Catholics?
No, they're part of our Sinner Gonna Sin lack of faith outreach program.
A sinner gonna what?
It's like getting the tithe, but from the heretics and the heathens and the atheists.
Oh, well, when you put it like that.
But, Your Highness, this will reflect very poorly on the church.
True. You know what this means, Flanagan?
Warning label. A warning label on the box. Not for Catholics in big letters.
Too subtle.
Instant purgatory if used by Catholics.
I like it. Divine branding.
Excellent, your popedom. Would there be anything else?
That will be all. You may leave.
All right. And I hope you enjoyed that. Edibos was, I guess, a little passionate about it. Asked the question, is that not offensive to Christians? And, you know, I don't know. It might be. That may be what keeps me out of the Creator Accountability Network is my Father Flanagan's commercials. Who knows? We shall see. I kind of doubt it. We'll see. But right now, Edibos, because you're interested, let's find out. I am going to post a link in the chat for you. And this link is to that video. Okay, there you go. That's for you. That's a link just to that video alone. Now you take that link and you go to your little Christian Facebook groups and post it in there and ask them if they're offended. And find out. Yeah, let's find out. I want to know. I mean, I'm not casting aspersions. I'm not doing anything. I'm saying go ask some Christians. There's a link. Go ask them. Are you a Christian? Were you offended? And, you know, you might be surprised to discover this. I literally dropped that the day the Pope died. So if you weren't offended before.
Whoa.
I know, right? Right. I mean, I'm just saying.
It wasn't correlated, I promise.
It wasn't on purpose. No, it absolutely was not. Satan compelled me to drop it that day for some reason. No one here cares if it's offensive to Christians. That seems to be their problem. Well said, Saphian Cephalopod. That's almost like a haiku. Nice. You should etch that in wood.
Poetic.
Yes. Put it on a hat. I think maybe is good. Jesus Returns says, because the one doing the miracles would be telling you so. I'm not sure. You know, I'm probably missing something there in the conversation. Bill Castle. Good morning, Bill Castle. How are you doing? It's been a day or three. I hope you're doing okay. I hope you've been sinning safely. I'm not offended. I'm a defender of free speech. Just asking. Well, okay. I'm just curious. You know, I mean, if some Christians, especially Catholics, may be offended. Older Catholics may be offended by that. You know, I would want to know. Shut up, Chris. I did not say I wanted to offend them, did I? I didn't say I wanted to offend them. Are you thinking? I'm thinking too.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I watched something the other day, and I was just trying to remember who said it. Someone's video I was watching was talking about Catholics, and they weren't such a big deal anymore because they don't have the pool, they don't have the organization that they used to. And I can't remember who said it, but it just made me think about the comment of how many hospitals Catholics own, which means that they're beholden to Catholicism doctrine, which doesn't give people autonomy, etc. So regardless if they're not as powerful as they were, they still have a large portion of our healthcare in a we're cupped. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying.
They do. You know, a lot of people don't know that, but they may actually be able to go down to their hospital anticipating some sort of medical help and be turned away on religious grounds.
Which again, see, now we're getting political again. It's just like the EMTALA. Like EMTALA, I forget exactly what it stands for, but it's supposed to be in emergency situations. If like I was pregnant and I was miscarrying and I came to the emergency room and I was going to die because of, you know, what was happening, that they would have to treat me, but they still turn people away. So EMTALA doesn't even work. Right. We don't even have protections.
Our person in the chat asked the question, would you believe if you saw the miracles of Jesus? You know, I would be skeptical. I would have to, you know, and again, if that could happen, Jesus would know, God would know what it would take to convince me. So this whole go watch the miracles of him, I wouldn't have to. If he were real and wanted me to be on his side, he would do so, but he isn't, he doesn't. And that's why you're asking if. You're saying if you could see those miracles, and you're asking if because you can't make me see those miracles.
And they're also limiting God. They're basically saying, well, God isn't going to prove it to you. God can't prove it to you. But if he could, so you're admitting that he has the ability, he's just not.
But they like both sides of that argument. They like both sides of that argument. Whenever you tell him, hey, your God, you know, why don't you have him prove himself? Then he's like, well, my God's not going to jump through hoops for you. He's not going to.
Well, which is it?
Which is it? It's, you know, so either way, it's surely impotent.
I guess when you have that bias.
Yeah.
And you don't have the critical thinking, which I'm all too familiar with, you don't see it that way.
Right. Here's the thing. Here's another thing. Edibos, I appreciate you. I think you just may have a lack of understanding. Edibos says, surely it's unfair to call a religion harmful when you have only experienced it in America, not the center of the world. Well, I think you're saying America is not the center of the world. I agree with you. I'll tell you what, surely religion is harmful, and I'm not even going to use America. Just go look up the Catholic Reformation and how many people were killed. Didn't happen in America. Go look it up. Look up the Second Amendment or the second commandment. That, well, it depends on which book you read. You know, thou shalt not have any graven images. That alone is responsible for millions of deaths. And you're like, oh, it can't be. And then I say, well, go look at the Catholic Reformation. How many people have been persecuted, killed, whatever, because of the first commandment? Thou shalt worship no other gods but me. I am the Lord thy God. Thou shalt worship no other gods but me. How many people who worshiped other gods have been punished, killed, executed, whatever? You know, the commandments, when you stop and think about it, are actually harmful. They're very harmful. I'm actually doing a video on it. So to that person out there in the chat who thinks that we have a skewed history and your religion is nice and soft and fuzzy, it's never been nice and soft and fuzzy. before the Catholic Reformation or the Protestant Reformation, you had the Catholic purges, the witch hunts, the Spanish Inquisition. You had, I mean, hundreds and hundreds of years of Catholic oppression whenever they were the only ones. So you can't really knock us for that. Good morning, Ways to Human. How are you doing? AJ, thank you for joining us. Hope you're having a great week this morning. Sapient Cephalopod says 7 of the 10 commandments are diametrically opposed to the American democracy. I appreciate that, Sapient Cephalopod. Which 3 are not? If you'll let me know which 3 are not, you know, I mean, they are. Yeah, I think like don't thou shalt not bear false witness. That's not necessarily contrary to a diplomatic society, but it doesn't actually say thou shalt not lie. It doesn't say you shouldn't be disingenuous to somebody. What it's talking about is like in a legal situation. You should not bear false witness against your neighbor. That's literally the wording, bear false witness against your neighbor. Not lie to your mom. This is not about lying on your taxes. This is not about being truthful. It's about bearing false witness to your neighbor. The First Amendment, I don't know about that, but it's not a good one. It's not for sure. And then we've also got the one about adultery. Well, what is it about adultery? Adultery is really not about women and not about the sanctity of marriage. It's about property. You know, adultery is when a man's property, his wife, has sex with another man. That's adultery.
Even if it's against her will.
Yeah.
Like if she don't denounce it properly.
Yeah. Or if she can't, it doesn't matter. That whole, if she doesn't cry out loud enough when she's.
Yeah, she's at fault as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the victim blaming is tale as old as time.
Yeah. So there are a lot of, Secular Fitness says the Daily Atheist Morning Show, no other gods before me, contradicts the First Amendment. That would probably be a good reason why they're against it. You know, the First Amendment protects rights to people. The 10 Commandments are all not about you having rights. It's about you following the rules, about giving to God what is God's. There's that part about where, you know, thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain. Really, you're going to waste a commandment because the creator of the entire universe gets the feels when somebody says bad things about him? Mm-hmm. You could, one of my favorites is you could have used that commandment to tell them to boil their water, to rotate their cropland, you know, to wash their hands before they cook food or before they deal with wounds. You know, lots of things.
Go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah, so many things after they go to the bathroom. So many things that would have been more helpful to a society than thou shalt, you know, not take my name in vain. And that's so subjective, or, you know, a lot of them are subjective. Thou shalt not covet. Well, who is to determine what is coveting? If you're sitting there, can you imagine there being a time if you said, I like that over there, you could, you just broke a commandment, you know? Because you know, of course, you don't actually have to say, I like that over there. You just have to think it.
In your brain, you already sinned.
In your brain, you sinned.
So now a sin is breaking the law. Breaking the law.
Yep. A thought is breaking the sin. A thought is sending you to hell for all eternity, a pit of fire for you for all eternity, because you had unfortunate thoughts about that woman across the street, or about the preacher's wife, or about your cat, or whatever you have problems with.
Police.
Do not cover thy neighbor's ass. I think it goes on to say something about their wife too, their possessions, their wife, right? Yeah, wives are lumped in there as a possession.
So to me, forcing the 10 Commandments into our government or even into schools is practically saying, if you break these commandments, you're breaking the law.
That's kind of
in a manner of respect. If at some point we got to that where we tried to include it, then wouldn't all these politicians, the Christian ones, like Caglione, if I hope I said that right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, should he go to jail? Well, yeah. I mean, I really wish he would go to jail, but you know, should he go to jail now? This would be against their own interests.
Yeah, you're right. They are hypocrites. They are hypocrites of the highest nature. I think that's probably where the word came from, to describe religious people. Christians, probably. My neighbor has a fat ass. Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Is that, yes, you've just judged someone. Some neighbors' asses should be allowed to be covered. Some neighbors' ass should be allowed to cover. You should be able to covet asses. Somebody's. I'm an ass man myself. I like asses. I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Creator accountability. I know. Goodbye. Any dreams or hopes of
Right.
Have you ever done DMT? I don't recommend you do it, and I haven't, but people come back profoundly changed and believing in the spiritual world. You know, LSD does the same thing, or some other kinds of just because somebody had a trip doesn't mean what they tripped about is true at all. Not at all. The fact that they took mind-altering drugs, full stop, should be enough that you question anything they say whenever they come out of that altered state. You know? Anything they say.
And consider back in the day when they were writing these damn books, they probably were on something. They just weren't calling it what we call it today.
Right. Man, that's a bad trip is what it was.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like John and his apocalyptic book. Just saying, John, I don't know what you were doing on that island, bro. You was on something.
He was on something.
Maybe there was mold in the room he was being held. You know, if it's even a real story, you know what I'm saying? Like, who even knows? But it could, maybe it's black mold or some fungi. I don't know, some spores in the air.
Maybe some. Jesus Christ says your government doesn't experiment with them. You talking about shrooms or dragons?
Oh,
and you know, even if they do, right, here's the cool thing about hallucinogenics. It doesn't matter what our government does with them. If they test them, if they use them to try to break down people's willpower, they try to do whatever, it doesn't matter. If somebody under those altered states sees something supernatural, it's not real. Just because they saw it under that altered state does not make it real. If there were things like remote viewing, that's easily provable or disprovable. Too easy. So those kinds of things, I just don't think that hallucinogenics are the way. A moral God is an oxymoron. An omnipotent God, by definition, cannot be immoral if he's the decider of morality. Well, yeah, that's if he's the decider of morality. That's right. But what if he's not real? How can you prove that your God is the decider, the creator of everything, the decider of morality? In fact, I want to blow your mind here, Boss. I am God.
What?
I know. I didn't want to tell everybody in front of this on the live stream, but I am. I am God.
Now.
I'm God. I am the creator of everything. And all you have to do is disprove it. There you go. I await your disapproval that I'm a God.
Can't wait to hear.
Prove I'm not.
How long did it take you to create the world, Chris?
Well, you know, it was really a painstaking kind of thing. And then they could, I mean, this person may go, well, I could come kill you, and that'd prove you're not a God. Jesus died. So, you know, that's weak stuff. You guys are weak.
Baal died. Inanna died.
Yeah, lots of gods died.
Tammuz died. Dumuzi died.
Right.
Just saying.
Bill Castle says every name in the chat should have a colored username. Support the show at only 99 cents. That's right. We are cheap. We are indeed cheap. And really what we need to do is we need to get some more subscribers, more members, so we can get more emotes. Because now we've got new commercials and stuff like that. I actually have another commercial coming out. It's going to be part of our... Oh, I want to tell you guys. I almost forgot to tell you. I have, and thank you, Bill Castle. I have an idea for a new product. We came up with the idea yesterday on the show.
Oh.
It is Father Flanagan's portable persecution products. One of the portable persecution products. It's a portable cross that they can take anywhere, and anytime they're feeling like they're being persecuted, they can just pop that buddy up and put themselves on it. Right? Only $5.99.99 coming to a Walmart.
Is it like a blow up thing?
That's not a bad idea. And I know where I'm going to put the blow up stem. But you know, the extra good versions could just be like an airplane inflator thing where you just pull a funny.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because I was kind of thinking like bouncy house. I wasn't sure if it would be like that. You know, when you just got like a big fan just forcing the air through, or what?
That's a good point. I'm not really sure. As long as they could climb up on it and be.
What or you know those the cool Halloween costumes they have now that has the little fan and it makes them like puff up. You could just make it look like Jesus with a little blood, a little bruising, and then you know just you can have like the cross arms come out, a little sign that says, let's say Jesus as King or King of the Jews or whatever it said. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Henry or some shit. Yeah. And it's Henry above his head often, which is like English for Henry.
Oh.
I don't know. Oh, that's a good point. I like your thinking. Yeah, but that's one of our products. It's going to come in our Father Flanagan's portable persecution products. We have 2 products in that line. And the other product that's in that line is Father Flanagan's self-flogging whips. I'm going to get those going, Jessie Bear. That's her idea. I'm going to get something built around that soon, hopefully. Yes.
Excellent. Can't wait.
As part of so in other words, our development team at Father Flanagan's Labs is hard at work.
I'm just saying I would buy that for Halloween.
That would be wonderful, wouldn't it? Yeah. And for those of you who aren't taught yet, Father Flanagan's portable persecution products, the portable cross that they can climb up on.
What did you say to me? Hold up a second while I blow this up.
That's exactly right. And now it's available for government workers.
Oh.
Shipped right to your office.
Excellent.
Yeah, so you can climb up on the cross right there at work. Report people.
If you preach to the person in the cubicle next to you, and they say, "Hey, could you please not do that?" You could immediately pop open that.
That's right.
Portable. Yeah, there you go. Let the persecution go, baby.
Ooh, and I'm sure the anti-Christian bias complaint hotline is on speed dial for those people. Ooh, voice command.
If there is ever...
Go gadget Jesus.
Oh shit. If there ever is a 800 number or something like that, then we have to spend our time flooding it with just bogus calls. Yeah.
There you go. I like that thinking. Alice Hodges. Good morning, Alice. Says, I'm from England, Ryan. Nice to meet you. Screw Chris. To hell with Chris. Fuck the old guy. But don't fuck the old guy. But screw the old guy. But don't screw the old guy.
She just says my husband's from England. That's all.
Yeah. I just had to be that
camaraderie. That's all it is.
I had to be a drama queen. But
the persecution thing.
Yes. Now we don't need. Yes. Where's my inflatable cross? Damn it! And it doesn't necessarily have to be inflatable. It can come in like a briefcase, hardcore format. Come down like a St. Anthony Andrew's cross, but like a Iron Man kind of situation. Anyway,
it could just pop up. Like when you open it, it just.
Yeah, I dig it. I dig it for emergency services. That's fantastic. Self-persecution selfie stick. I like it. Self-persecution selfie stick.
Look at me being persecuted.
I dig it. It has your own boot on your neck. Yeah, that's right. Let's do something.
Shit. That's so good.
I just had to write that down. Sorry. Let's see. Even Talmudic commentaries admit Psalms 22 is about the Messiah. So that must make it real, because some other people who believed and fan fictioned over this God creature wrote it down. That makes it true.
The Messiah or a Messiah?
Which Messiah, by the way? How many Messiahs were going on back in the day? There were more than one. It was like
there was many. There was many. Yeah. There was the Egyptian. Remember, Paul was accused, or they kind of made the implication like, is he the Egyptian that's been causing all this trouble because he was a rebel rouser as well, or a Messiah type figure? And there was so many of them during that time.
Yes.
Because of what they were going through, occupier coming into your land. What do you expect?
Yeah. But a lot of people don't know that a Messiah was just somebody who was supposed to come and unify the people to fight off the occupier. If Jesus was supposed to do that, he was supposed to fight off the Romans. It didn't happen. He got his ass kicked and died. And then so they moved it to the higher plane.
Mm-hmm. So who's the occupier now? If Jesus comes back, who's the occupier? Who's he fighting this time?
Wow. I asked a question here in the chat. How many messiahs were going around preaching during Jesus' time? Judas of Galilee, Theudas, Simon, huh?
Is it Theudas?
Theudas, there you go, Theudas. 40 mid to 40s CE. Simon of Perea, Athronges, circa 4 BC, a shepherd who took on a messiah role after Herod's death, claimed kingship and led a rebellion. John the Baptist, of course. Jesus of Nazareth, of course. The Egyptian, as just mentioned by her, Barabbas, mentioned in the gospel as a prisoner released instead of Jesus. Pardon me. Bar Kokhba, slightly after Jesus' time, but the most famous messiah, led a second Jewish rebellion. So there's been lots of messiahs, unnamed prophets.
And this goes back, I mean, this goes back to even, I think, like even in BC, right? Wasn't there, I think there's just years and years of like these kind of rebels of sorts.
That's true.
It wasn't anything new. No offense. It wasn't.
That was kind of like the end of it, the old of it, really. The second rebellion, I think they're talking about, that was the end of it. It was actually built on, they had so many stories about messiahs who had come and freed them from oppression over here and freed them from oppression over here in this book. And so that's why they were expecting Messiah to come free them from the Romans. And yet.
I mean, it's really sad when you think about it. It's really sad.
It is.
But it was fucking 3K years ago. Like, come on, man. Come the fuck out.
Right.
3K years. You know what I mean?
Yes. I mean, you're still believing that? It's not bad enough that they believe it. It's that they hurt other people and oppress other people for it. So I'm going to read our super chats, our fan funding for the day. Jesse Bear for $2 said the GOP guardians of PDF files. Very true, Jesse Bear. Thank you for your support. And my new DT nickname is Dorito Diddy. I like it. $2 super chat. You guys saw him up on the White House yesterday? Did you see he got up on the White House? He was up on the White House waving it.
Oh, yes, said he's going to build something.
Yeah, I don't know what he's
talking about. With his money.
The memes have already hit. Citing Diddler on the Roof.
Diddler on the Roof.
Yes, my friends. You guys are fantastic.
Oh, sorry, it feels so good.
That's great. No, you go ahead. That's great. They pay extra for that. We broke Ryan today on the show.
Sorry, guys. It's just so good.
Yeah. You guys are fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the show. Thank you all for joining us. Ryan, thank you for being here today. Guys, we'll see you tomorrow for Thor's Day. I'm going to have some fun. I don't know what's going to go on. I think we might try to be more religious related tomorrow. I do want to bounce back and forth, but because the thumbnail says Jesus bad, don't mean we ain't going to be talking about Trump. Okay? Just prepare yourself mentally and emotionally for all that.
Bye, guys.
Yes, you guys are all wonderful. Have a wonderful day. Sin safely, my friends. We'll see you tomorrow.
Got a house that smells like old cheese and shame. Father Flanagan's flesh candles change the game. Goat-scented thrills for your soul's delight. Light it up, baby, make your room right. When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. Smell the goat in a holy zone. Father Flanagan here to set the tone. Confession booths, busy, no need to stress. Light a candle and forget your mess. Gross odors vanish like sins in the wind. With each wick, guess who's your new best friend? When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. Smell the ghost in a holy zone. Father Flanagan here to set the tone. Lambs and calves may have their day, but goats, the scent that leads the way. Clean your slate with a sniff so pure. Father Flanagan's got the cure. Turn your home into a saintly space. With every whiff, find redeeming grace. From your living room to the kitchen sink, light the gold candle, don't even think.